YouTubers, subscribers, and friends, welcome to my channel. Today's tiny house build day is going to consist of my wife and I working on the irrigation. We did some digging last night. What? My wife wants to do some painting. What's that?
If this one get painted, it's okay?
Yeah, fine. She's going to paint the window trim that goes around the little bathroom. And last night we did some digging in the trench here, and my wife and son started doing that, and my son said screw it, he got a big huge blister on his hand, and he went inside. So I came in and finished this up. I leveled it all out and drove it back and forth with my van, and wet it with water so it would harden up. I got all the way to this hole right here. It's already freaking hot out. It's 90 degrees out already. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, almost 9 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 7:30, and I got up and it's like I can't just go out and just start digging. I had to get my mindset ready to start doing this because this dirt is heavy. And I dug this last night also. Larry actually came by last night about 8:30 at night, brought me back my receipts for returns for all the plumbing fixtures that we didn't need for the black ABS pipe. So I dug this out last night, and because it was a lot cooler, and I dug some of that. He said that's deep enough there, so I'm going to focus on digging this as deep as that, and then I might run the piping, glue it up myself, and just depends on how the day goes, how hot it gets, that I might work on that part too there. I don't know. That letter you saw at the beginning of the video, that was a letter from Mrs. Kravitz. I knew I wasn't going to get through this tiny house project without her sticking her nose in it in some kind of way. So last night about 5:30 I was editing my video. My wife took Jerry for a walk, and Mrs. Kravitz came out, started talking to my wife, asking her, what are you guys doing with that tractor over there? Because I knew something was going to trigger her. I just didn't know what. And her seeing that tractor, she was standing on her porch watching us with the tractor, and that triggered something in her head. So I don't know. But she was talking to my wife, asking my wife what we're doing the tractor. My wife told her, well, we're trying to find the sewage pipe and stuff. And then she's like, oh yeah, I had to do something with my septic tank also. Trying to be all buddies with my wife. And I told my wife, stop talking to her. She's crazy. She's a mentally ill woman. Don't need to be talking to her. And she gave my wife a letter, a crazy nutcase letter that is very hard to read, and I don't even understand what was the reason behind this letter. And look at Jerry over there. He's hiding behind the swimming pool. It's hot, huh, Jerry? Yeah. So it's a crazy letter. I can barely read it. She's got really bad handwriting. Looks like a 3-year-old wrote it or something. But what is the letter about? You remember? Because I just tried to read it and I can't read it.
It's about
Call me pig-eyed. And
how you tried to pig-eye her.
how I tried to what?
To look for her, to pig-eye. I don't know.
She says something about I'm pig-eyeing her, whatever that means. I have no idea. And she talks about she's videotaping me with her security cameras and stuff that happened 2 years ago or something like that, right?
No, this one on Monday, when you tried to pig-eye her.
Monday, Larry and I was in town at Home Depot. She's I don't know, she's crazy. But yeah, Mondays are really busy days for me. But yeah, I wasn't even here Monday. We were in town most of the day with Larry, Home Depot. I don't know. I should go read the letter in there, huh? Huh?
Nah,
Nah, don't read it. It's crazy. It's all.
not necessary.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I don't
Other.
know the purpose of that letter.
Yeah, I don't know the purpose of the letter either, because it's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense, and it just came out of nowhere. I mean, because I have not talked to her in a very, very, very long time, years, right?
I think she just want to make a point that she's got surveillance video camera.
I could care less. I don't even acknowledge this woman because she's crazy. I keep telling my wife she's crazy, and now my wife knows just how crazy it is, because that's the craziest letter. Just
She's really sick. I think she's about to kick the bucket.
my wife thinks she's about to kick the bucket because she looks very, very sick. My wife thinks she has cancer because when my wife was talking to her, she reminded my wife when my wife's parents passed away from cancer, the same look and the way their body and their face was. Look at that big bird flying over there. He must live around here, that bird. And just flying around. I'm trying to get pumped up to start digging. It's really hard to get up and they come out here in this heat and then just start freaking digging in this concrete dirt.
That's why you always wanted to start something and then get pumped up.
Yeah, I have to pump myself up. But I got people on Instagram saying, why don't you just get a bobcat and rent a bobcat and fill that hole in? It's really easy to say that, but that stuff costs money. And the reason I'm doing this labor work myself is because I'm trying to cut back on how much money we're spending. Oh, there's two of them now. Right there. But yeah, just a little bit more to go. It took about an hour and a half maybe last night to do. Huh? You already got paint on you. You're supposed to paint the wood. How are you painting your knees?
Well, I got it by hand, and then I was trying to paint and then touch this with my hand, my gloves. That's alright, it comes off.
Alright. Alright, well, I'm going to start over here, get my radio on, have some music, and start digging this because I got shade right here. This shade is going to disappear very, very quick. But, yeah, I knew it. I knew she was going to be sticking her nose in it sooner or later, just didn't know when. Let me get my... Oh, I got this. Where did it go? Oh, it's gone. Did Larry take that pipe? That metal pole? I got this pole right here that I'm going to use to dig this. I'll dig up that soft stuff that's been soaking all night. And then this. Larry's like, just cut that pipe and then tap into that pipe. But he didn't leave me the cutting tool. I don't have the cutting tool to cut that. So I'm going to dig this trench. My wife's going to fill in that, and then I'll put some water in here and let this soak, and then I'll go over there and help her and just go back and forth today. That's what it's going to be. Labor day to day. I've been digging here for 30 minutes. I got about right here, and it's freaking hard like concrete through here, and I'm trying to get the water to soak, but it keeps running back because it's too deep there, and I built up a dam, and the water keeps washing the dam out. I got one over there. I built up a dam over here, and I covered this with dirt. I filled this with dirt, but the water keeps washing the dirt that way. So I was like, I don't know. I'm going to take a break from here. I'm going to go shovel over here for a little while, because that little ditch is hard work. My wife worked here about 30 minutes, and then she quit. She went inside. So, looks like it's just going to be me today. Alright, 10:07. I've been working for a little over an hour. And I've gotten a lot done. It's 95 degrees right now. I just checked. This has been impossible to dig. I've been digging a little bit at a time. And my wife has been digging on a little bit at a time, been alternating. I got that whole pile done. I threw some more dirt over here to kind of level out where I see it. It's like dips in a little bit. Looks like I need to do more over here. But I'm going to have a lot of dirt left over, so I'm not worried about that. Then I spray it with the water to hopefully soak it down so when it dries it hardens up. Normally it's windy, but the wind is barely blowing right now. And then it's freaking hot. I'm soaking wet from sweating. And this is an extremely dusty job doing this. But it's coming along. I'll probably get this done by today. I probably have another big pile left over here. I don't know what I'm going to do with all the dirt. Looks like a giant prairie dog lives here because look at those mounds there. While I'm watching and copying the prairie dogs. So I figure I'd take a little break. Got a little dizzy. I gotta go in and give me some kind of buy drink or something like that. But my wife has been digging a little bit also here and painting. She came back out and helped me. I'm not trying to kill myself though. Larry's like, dig this ditch and then lay the pipe. I'm like, well, I don't know, man. Let me see how I feel after I dig this little ditch, which is 32 feet long. I just measured it. And my wife says she's put 2 coats of paint on the trim. So let's go. Let me get this mud off my feet. She didn't paint the sides though. Looking good. So we're getting some stuff done even though Larry ain't gonna be here today. I don't know, he might show up later on tonight like he did last night. You never know. But oh, that breeze feels good. There's a little breeze right there. When I'm digging there was no breeze. Who says you need a bobcat to move this stuff back in? All you need is a little elbow grease and a strong back. Even though I could barely get out of bed this morning, there is not a cloud in the freaking sky either. I could use a little shade. The shade is here where I don't need to dig. This is deep enough here. Over there where I need to dig, it's no shade. But I'm going to take like a 20-minute break. Go in and give me something to drink and just cool off. Change my shirt because this one's soaking wet. When the wind blows, it feels freaking cold. But this is my project today. No Larry, but this has to get done. Hopefully he'll come tomorrow. Alright, I took a 30-minute break, changed my shirt, got a nice dry shirt on. I think I'm going to leave that for now. I'm in no rush to get that buried. I really need to focus my energy on this ditch here. Yeah, I'm sure you could rent a trencher and rent a backhoe and fill that in and do this all in freaking 1 hour. But like I said, I'm trying to cut costs. You know, because this costs a lot of money so far building this tiny house. So every chance I can take to save money, I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's tough digging this ditch. But the guy who dug that trench for me wanted to charge me $100 to come back another day and fill it in for me. Yeah, I freaking, you know, wake up in the morning with a sore back and neck and stiffness and everything. But I saved myself $100. And I get an exercise, so I think I'm going to dig this also today, or try to lay it out and dig it, because I think my wife can. It's just a little trench she can back out and get out if I dig it. It might cave in, but no big deal. But because I really need to get focused on getting this plumbing done or having it ready, so when Larry comes back tomorrow or Wednesday, we can leave this pipe. Because I don't have the tools to cut the thing. I could probably glue it. I see that he left the glue here. But we'll see. We'll have to see how hard this is. Maybe I'll get started on it and then jump back and forth. And then when my son wakes up, I'll have him finish that ditch over there. Give him something to do. But yeah. Feels like it's hotter outside. Starting this line here. You can see how hard it is. I'm gonna get a line going here so I can get water in this little trench. Try to keep it straight at the same time. I gotta go all the way over there. This is about, I say this is about 18 feet long here. And it's just, it's like digging concrete. I gotta make a little trench here so I can have water soaking. If you try to dig this with a pick, the vibration of it would just make your teeth loose. Got my lovely camera woman filming for me. Right, camera woman?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll let this soak for about 15-20 minutes. And come back and dig on that and then soak it again. I'll go back over to the other side now, start digging that. Cause this thing is done here. Man, it's hot. Hot! 12:30, time for lunch. So let's get caught up on what I've done so far. I've dug this thing twice. It is extremely hard from here to about right here. From here to there is pretty easy. It's like I hit sand right here. This is almost at the depth I need right in here. I think my wife can still back out of that. While this was soaking, my wife and my son and I, we went and finished that. So my wife was like, no, let's just get it done. So we finished that. Got that all nice and flat. Looking good. I just wet it down so it can compact. Center of my septic tank right there. This is the clean out. Put a little thing here. We're trying to decide what to do here. I told my wife, let's just plant palm trees all along here, make a wall of palm trees. And she's like, oh, it'll go into the irrigation like that lady said. I'm like, ah. She was talking about the 3/4 inch water pipe there. I don't think it would go here because it has to go 3 feet down. Which, I don't know, it might, but it's looking good. It's 101 degrees right now. My wife and son said that's it, it's too hot going in. So I have to agree with them. It's time to go in and eat lunch anyways. I'll let this soak. And let's check what my wife has done in here with painting the little window trim. Looking good. She got both sides. Just got to touch up that. Both sides here. Yeah, looking good. So that'd be good for Larry to put on. And that's it. Just wet the girls, wet the dogs. Sprayed them down. Got water in their pool. Josie. What's up, Josie? Donnie. Alright, I think I'm going to go in and come back out later when it cools down. Like I said, it's 12:30. Probably come back out about 4:30. Get a good, nice rest. Go change my shirt again. This one is soaking wet too. And continue with the digging. Not over here. I think this is almost done. But continue digging in the front over here. See, I saved myself $100. Just a little back-breaking work. Couple of hours. Boom. It's worth it to me. Time to eat. Alright, going to have some Subway turkey with Swiss cheese, bell pepper, onions, jalapenos, tomatoes, and spinach. Spicy mustard and mayonnaise. My wife bought me a foot long, and I'm going to wash it down with this peach mango core drink, which is delicious. Then I'm going to take a nap. Alrighty, I just woke up 15 minutes ago. I had me a nice 2-hour nap. Woke up to my wife cooking something. I don't know what she's cooking, but it smells so delicious. Let's see. Chicken and peas. There's a baked bean she made the other day. It was delicious. Oh my god. This is incredible. They really need smell-o-vision for videos. I gotta run to the hardware store because I just called Larry, see if he bought the silicone for the bathtub, and he didn't, so I gotta go pick that up so it don't slow us down when he does show up. It is freaking 107 right now at 4:20 p.m. It's even hotter than when I went in to eat lunch and take a nap. It was 101. Let's see, how much does this cost? $5.30. I might have to set up a swamp cooler for my dogs because it is so hot. Watch. Larry forgot to buy this, but watch, he'll forget that I talked to him on the phone, and he'll buy it on the way home, and I'll have 2 of this stuff. Man, I've drinking about 10 bottles of water in the last hour and a half. I am dirty. My wife and I finished it today. Got the septic tank all filled in, pipe, dirt, everything leveled out. This has been a rough day. Got this water line trench done. Check this out. This was incredibly hard. Picking this and picking it and picking it. Got all that the same depth. It is 105 degrees right now. There's what, 6:08 p.m. The hottest it got was 109. Man, I needed that 2-hour nap that I got today. I think if Larry doesn't show up tomorrow, I think I might have to lay this pipe myself, but I don't have anything to cut the tubing to tie into this. But the water line is dug, and I'm glad. I'm moving it right along because it wasn't going to dig itself. Saved myself a lot of money. Nothing wrong with a little blood, sweat, and tears. Whew. My son helped me today with that. My wife. I mean, we did pretty good starting last night and all day today. Now I'm wore out. I'm gonna go in, have me some curry chicken for dinner. And wow, look at the moon right up there. See if I can zoom in on it, because it's barely visible. No, it's not gonna let me zoom. I can barely see it. Right there it is. Yeah, it's not gonna let me zoom. It's just barely showing, man, like a mist. Very, very cool. Well, that's gonna be it for me today. I've went through 4 t-shirts today, soaking wet. I've drenched. I don't know how many calories I burned today, but I went and weighed myself, and I'm 202. I cannot get below 200 pounds, even with all this fasting, this physical exercise that I'm doing. I don't know, it's just driving me. But everything on me is loose. I have to wear a belt now. My shorts are as tight as I can get them, but they feel like they're gonna fall off. But yeah, I got that silicone today. And I'm gonna have to finish touching this up before I go in. My wife forgot to paint that. But it's coming along. I asked my wife, are you happy you're getting your little house done? She's like, yeah, can't wait. It shouldn't take too long. Once we get this tub in and attached, and the water line attached to this, and we can finish drywalling this. And once it's drywall, then we can do the floor. Not here, I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do, ceramic or wood floor. But we can do the ceiling, because then everything will be done. That should go pretty quick. Maybe another week before we get it all completely done, finished, everything finished except for the painting. We still got to do these stairs. I don't know how Larry's going to do it. Maybe that's why he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't figured it out himself. But anyways, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks for taking the time to watch my videos as always. Remember to like, leave me a comment. I reply to all comments that I see, and I appreciate everybody taking the time out of their day to watch my videos. And like always, I'm gone. Take it out.